Hello YouTube, welcome to my channel. My name is Mayo. Thank you for being here. I'm going to be discussing how the full moon in Leo is going to affect you according to your ascendant, sun, or your moon sign. This full moon is loaded and it's very intense, very emotional. So don't be surprised if you find yourself getting slightly emotional or very emotional. I've broken down this video into two parts. So this is part one, where I'm going to discuss the aspects and how the aspects affect you according to your horoscope, your natal birth chart. Part two is the ascendant, the sun, and the moon. So make sure to watch both. I've written a very intense breakdown for the ascendant, sun, and moon. It's very long. I put a lot of effort into it. I hope you like it. The full moon is on the 29th of January at 9 degrees Leo. So if you have anything at 9 degrees Leo, you're going to feel this very intensely. And for those who have fixed signs or placements in the fixed signs, they're also going to feel this moon very intensely. The fixed signs are Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, and Aquarius. So pay attention. This is very important for you. One of the best aspects is that the sun is conjunct Jupiter on this day. This is known to be one of the luckiest aspects in astrology. Hopefully it will be a happy one and lucky one for some. We all know that when Jupiter conjuncts a planet, it enhances its qualities, or it just tends to expand all the other aspects. One of the other aspects of this lunation is that Mars is going to square both luminaries. When Mars makes a square to the sun and the moon, it causes irritation, anger, and there might be conflict, so expect some drama somewhere in your life, wherever your Leo house is. Venus is conjunct Pluto in the sign of Capricorn at this lunation. This conjunction is exact. Whenever Venus conjuncts Pluto, expect things like jealousy, obsession. This conjunction alone has a huge potential for drama. Venus rules love and money and the things we value. Pluto is the lord of the underworld, so it's going to go deep and under and bring out whatever has been hidden. So if you're involved in a love triangle, expect to be discovered at this time. If you're new to my channel and have not yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, It's right below this video, the red button. It's not a commitment. If you're new to my channel and have not yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, It's right below this video, the red button. It's not a commitment. Also watch out for stalkers and the possibility of you yourself becoming a stalker. There's a T-square aspect going on with this lunation, so expect shit to hit the fan. So if you've been doing things behind your friends or a business partner or your romantic partner or in your marriage, expect to be exposed at this time. The T-square aspect is one of the most challenging aspects in astrology, and it's actually the main part of this lunation. So there is a big potential for people being very stubborn and thinking they're in the right. I'm right and you're wrong, and I'm not going to change my mind. This is what you're going to be experiencing with this energy. The fixed signs are involved in this T-square, so this is fixed energy. This fixed energy is between the sign of Taurus, Aquarius, and Leo. Everyone is going to stick to their opinion. There might be no room for negotiations or compromise. Uranus is transiting the sign of Taurus and is conjunct Mars at this lunation. Uranus is radical and wants to do things differently. Mars just wants to take action, any action. And in Taurus, that's fixed energy, as I said before. They're very uncomfortable with change. The Sun, Mercury, Jupiter, and Saturn are all transiting the sign of Aquarius. We call this a stellium. This stellium is more concerned about the collective, what is happening with the people, what is happening with groups, what's going on with friends, what is happening in social media. Jupiter is directly opposite the moon at this time, so he's just enhancing all these concerns. If you find that you're experiencing a lot of conflict, tension, annoyance, and aggravation, I suggest you go to your Scorpio house, because this might be the outlet. This is the only fixed sign that doesn't have a planet in it. It's not part of this T-square. The moon in the sign of Leo is having an emotional crisis. Everybody is hanging out over in the sign of Aquarius and they're minding other people's business. They're all squaring Uranus and Mars in the sign of Taurus, who also just wants his way and refuses to change. All this energy is then squaring the moon in Leo, who is all by himself, feeling left out. He's probably having an emotional crisis because he's all alone and it feels like he's being ganged upon. Leo loves the attention, and the attention is everywhere else other than on him. All this tension will cause so much confusion and conflict, perhaps even physical altercations. Some people may fall from grace at this time, and Leo might want to take that spot. Leo might want to be the leader. Leo might say, look at me, I'm over here. Why is everybody screaming and not paying me any mind? One way to get away from all this energy is go to your Scorpio side, as I said, close the bedroom door and get passionate. And if you're single, get the popcorn because the lions are coming out of the den, and then it's going to get rough and entertaining for some out there. If you like this content, please hit like and subscribe. This really helps my channel grow. Also remember to hit the bell icon so that you may be notified whenever I upload new videos. Thank you. So let's evaluate the sign of Leo where this full moon is happening. The sign of Leo is the natural fifth house of the zodiac. It rules over our creativity, our creative ability. It rules romantic relationships. It rules our children. Children are a result of our creativity. The fifth house is a fun house. It also rules over entertainment, sports, and gambling. So essentially, it is the luck house. When we have high creativity, it becomes very possible to turn our creative ideas into a business. So the fifth house also rules over small business projects, as sometimes our businesses are treated like our baby. We're going to see that issues related to this house will be highlighted at this time. We may hear important news about the entertainment or film industry. We could hear some type of news about actors, musicians, athletes, entertainers, or some type of news related to children or women's reproductive rights. There could be a major film or music release. There could also be news of a big lottery win. I know you're more interested in how this energy affects you personally, so I suggest you go to astro.com to get your free natal birth chart. This way you will know your ascendant and which house your moon and your sun sits in. This is very important. You have to know the houses. You also have to know the degrees in between the houses. Watch for your ascendant to see how these transits impact you personally. Watch for your moon sign to see how these aspects are going to affect you emotionally. Watch for the sun sign to find out how this lunation is going to affect you all around, the overall impact. So all three are very important. Let's go back to the main conversation of the Leo moon. Over the last 2 months, there's been a lot of attention given to 11th house activities. The 11th house rules over groups, the internet, friends, the groups that we belong to, perhaps on social media like Facebook, Twitter, and anywhere else where people gather. So the attention has been on the other. We're all feeling a little bit left out in the house of Leo, and this is the house that rules entertainment. So perhaps people are getting a little tired of being quarantined. We might hear people rebel, have parties without social distancing or masks. Most people just want to have fun at this time. Most people haven't been able to interact with their friends, go to clubs, or just have fun, go to the movies. We're all going to be missing some type of joy, love, and entertainment at this time. Aquarius is the sign of the other. It's the sign of the group. So perhaps you're feeling a little bit left out. You're feeling that you've lost your identity because your own personal identity has been blended into the group. You're asking, what about me? What about what's important to me? This is your Leo house screaming for attention. This lunation will give you an opportunity to ask yourself, what do you truly love? Or what do you truly want to do with your life? What are you really missing in your heart? What is in your heart? What do you truly desire? What brings you joy and pleasure? What is special about you that separates you from the rest? This is what you're trying to do at this time. Find your own identity. The sun rules the sign of Leo. The sun rules our identity, what separates us from the other, how we're defined in society. Full moon in Leo is going to highlight all these feelings. It wants you to align with your heart's desire. You should be asking yourself, what is truly important to me? What do you want? It's time to come out of the den and let everybody know what you want. It's time to be an individual, demand the attention that you deserve, and get the spotlight. Let's look at the sign of Aquarius, since it's the house that's carrying the stellium. Aquarius is the natural 11th house of the zodiac and is opposite the sign of Leo. Aquarius is the group. It's concerned with the group's needs. We the people. Leo is the lion and he wants the spotlight for himself. This is you and your personal individual identity. The 11th house rules over our hopes, dreams, and wishes. It is the house of gain. This is the house that rewards all the work that we did in the 10th house. We can all see what groups have been involved in and what they were doing in the 10th house. People are going to be rewarded according to their karma, according to their deeds. Over the last few months, some people or groups were able to accomplish what they had set out, whatever it is that they were working for in the 10th house. The 10th house is ruled by Saturn. Saturn also rules Aquarius. So you are going to be rewarded according to your deeds and according to your karma, good or bad. Some people will experience windfalls and financial gain, and some people will find that they're going to jail. Karma is rewarded and experienced individually. So this is where you get separated from the group. The 11th house rules over our friends, the groups that we belong to, social media, the internet, and technology. It also rules over our elder siblings and our uncles. There is an emphasis on this house because this is where the stellium is. And most important of all, this is the house where the karmic planets Saturn and Jupiter conjuncted on the 16th of December. They initiated a 20-year cycle. I spoke more about this conjunction in my last two videos. So if you want to know more about this conjunction, just go back to the last two videos. So we all have to pay attention to the friendships that we make, the groups that we decide to affiliate ourselves with, the clubs that we join, and the internet platforms. These affiliations are probably going to change your life for the next 20 years. At this full moon, we're going to experience that all the issues that have been hidden are going to be revealed. There will be a lot of bickering, a lot of conflicts, fighting, and some people may decide to leave their group. Some friendships may break up at this time. This is the time for consequences and culminations. There will be a change of direction in this area. The rules of engagement may also change. We may have to change our dreams, hopes, and wishes at this time. Mercury is currently in shadow. He is going to go retrograde just 2 days after this full moon on the 30th of January. So if you're trying to make big decisions concerning the 11th house, concerning your friends, the groups that you belong to, or anything that has to do with your social media presence, I suggest you really think it over and wait. Because Mercury will be going back over all the information that may have occurred during the last 10 days or so. Mercury is going to become the detective of the group. He's going to revise social media accounts, everything that you may have posted or deleted. That will be looked over, especially if you did it during the shadow period, which covered the last 10 days or so. So if there's anything that you may not want anyone to know and you deleted it and you thought it was done, Mercury is going to recover it. When Mercury is going backwards, retrograde, he has a potential for bringing back exes. So you may hear from an ex at this time. You may also hear from long lost friends, friends that you probably haven't seen in 10 or 20 years. It's very, very likely. If you lost some information or a password, this is the best time to try and recover that password. Whenever Mercury goes retrograde, it's very possible that you can find something that you lost. And since the 11th house is friends, groups, and the internet. If you lost a password and you need to recover it, this is the best time to try and recover it. So if you posted something on the internet or on social media, perhaps a video or some photos, and you deleted and you thought that you were protected, I don't think so. Mercury is going to recover them. They'll be exposed and you will be caught. That includes all type of cryptic communications. They will be decrypted at this time. And if you're doing anything shady financially, or perhaps you were cheating on your partner may decide to go through your social media. Your partner may decide to go through your phone and find some damning information. This is the time that people get caught. And if you're trying to cheat on your partner, this is not the time. Although the Venus-Pluto conjunction might encourage you to do so at this time. So if you're married or you have a partner and things have been getting kind of boring in the bedroom, this is the best time for you to try and spice things up. And also, if you're using your friend as your wingman, just keep in mind that since this is all about friends and groups and clubs, your partner may also decide to verify some stories that you may have used as a cover. So make sure you compare the story with your friend. Having a full moon in the sign of Leo is quite dramatic to begin with. Having a full moon in the sign of Leo opposite Jupiter and having a full moon that has a T-square aspect in the fixed signs is very challenging and very emotional. So expect people to be easily triggered. People are going to be highly emotional and very combustible. So pick your battles wisely. If possible, just walk away. So let's talk a little bit more about this exact conjunction of Venus and Pluto. This conjunction in the sign of Capricorn is going to bring a lot of intense emotions. This aspect will make you want to be in a relationship. It's going to make you want intimacy. You're going to desire love and affection at this time, and some people may try to get it at any cost. So if you're going on a first date with someone at this time, or someone you don't know very well, be very careful and alert. Set your boundaries. And when somebody says no, they mean no. Respect that. There is a lot of desire for intimacy and affection at this time. So some people may actually meet someone and begin a relationship. Just keep in mind that if you begin a relationship at this time, your relationship is going to carry this energy, the energy of jealousy, possessiveness, obsession, and perhaps a violence or sexual violence. This conjunction is going to make you attract Plutonic or Scorpionic type of relationships. They want deep, soul-loving intensity in a relationship. It's all or nothing with a Scorpio. They want your soul. This might be very interesting for some in the beginning, but might become problematic long term. If you're single, you're going to become extra attractive and magnetic. So when you're out in the dark, be aware of your surroundings and watch out for stalkers. Unfortunately, it's also very possible that this energy makes you become the stalker. It could make you become the one stalking your ex's Instagram, Facebook, or other social media. So this energy goes both ways. There is also a tendency for falling for negative types or dangerous types, criminals, or heavy drug users. So please don't get desperate. Full moons have a tendency of bringing out what is hidden. And in Leo, it might bring out our loneliness, our need for joy, entertainment, fun, and our deep desires. And some people may pursue them at this time because of the intensity of the Venus-Pluto conjunction. So please don't get desperate. Overall, all this tension might bring problems in romantic relationships, marriages. There is a huge potential for conflicts, fights, physical altercations. The police may have to be called in some cases. So please don't go out there triggering people unnecessarily. Have some mercy and compassion. People are going through a lot at this time. Okay, let's talk about something that's positive that's happening at this lunation. The full moon is trying the asteroid Chiron, who is transiting the sign of Aries. So perhaps there is some healing somewhere. The full moon is opposite Jupiter. It can make you feel very happy, sociable, and generous. But it can also bring overconfidence, over-exuberance, trying to do everything big, and for some, lack of self-control and immorality. And unfortunately, the square from Mars is going to make the less positive aspects. It's going to make the negative aspects more predominantly at this time. So it's important to exercise some control. It could also make you become more willing to share your feelings with anyone at this time. You're going to become less guarded about your privacy. Watch what you share and whom you share it with, because this aspect could really embarrass you. You may be feeling vulnerable at this time. Just be careful what you say. Some people may see your kindness and generosity as a weakness. You may be taken advantage of at this time. Some people may experience emotional discomfort, poor self-judgment, questioning your belief system. Other people may begin to feel jealousy and obsession, possessiveness. Excessive or addictive behaviors are very possible at this time. So if you need to call someone, if you need help, call someone. Mars square Jupiter is going to give you enthusiasm to start or initiate new projects and to take the risks needed to achieve large-scale success. So if you've been procrastinating and you wanted to start a project, this is the energy that's going to push you. It can also make you overconfident. This is very sexual and attractive energy. It could make you very pompous, tactless, and coarse. You may feel overconfident, impulsive, and reckless. So avoid acting rashly without considering the consequences. There will be consequences. Also avoid taking risks when you're driving or when operating heavy machinery. Do not drink and drive. Do not text and drive. Don't all of a sudden think you're Superman or Superwoman and you can do it all at once. Not a good idea. Neptune is at 19 degrees in his home sign of Pisces. He's squaring the karmic nodes in Gemini and Sagittarius at this time. This is the aspect that's been bringing all this confusion, lies in some cases, deception, or misinformation. This aspect is going to stay for a little bit longer and is going to start separating in February. So some of us will wake up from our delusions. We're going to see the truth, we're going to see the facts, and we're going to begin to accept them. Saturn in Capricorn is square Uranus in Taurus at this lunation. This aspect is going to climax on the 17th of February. So it is in orb at this time. This aspect tends to bring changes that we may not like. It also makes it harder for you to make changes that you do want. Personal freedoms and rights will be restricted at this time. We all have to follow the rules because Saturn is in charge at this time. All the planets are in Aquarius, which is ruled by Saturn. That is the government, authority figures, the bosses, the laws and the rules apply here, and they're going to be reinforced. So resistance is futile at this time. This will be a very frustrating time of rising tensions and sudden unexpected changes. So try to exercise some patience, have some love and grace for others. This is the time to avoid being a follower. Use your own brain. Think for yourself. Don't fall into the trap of groupthink. Make decisions based on your own values and higher ideals. Don't be a follower. If you're born on the 28th of January, a few days before, after, and if you have an important angle or a planet at 9 degrees of Leo, you're going to feel this full moon very intensely. This energy will be part of your solar return. You're going to have dramatic endings and culminations and some challenges, perhaps a little obsession and jealousy in your relationships also. Most people only see the challenging aspect of having squares in a chart. Squares make things happen. So if you're one of those people who's been procrastinating about ending a relationship or beginning a business or anything that's really important to you, you're going to find that this energy is going to push you to initiate something. This is the year of action. And if you want to find out how all these aspects and this full moon is going to affect you on a personal level, I suggest you book a reading at rachel-mayo.com. Thank you very much. If you're new to my channel and have not yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, It's right below this video, the red button. It's not a commitment. If you're new to my channel and have not yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, It's right below this video, the red button. It's not a commitment.